Why does the fandom hate Elena so much? And by the way, this also includes me because I genuinely don't like Elena's character that much. Also, this does not mean that Elena is my least favorite character in the entire verse. She isn't. There are a lot of characters that I genuinely hate more than her, but I do understand why a lot of people actually genuinely hate her. And in terms of the main characters, as in the characters that we genuinely care about, Elena is probably my least favorite. My first big problem with Elena is the fact that she's the biggest damsel in distress I've ever seen in any show. Like, Elena is the only character that consistently ruins plans. Like, generally speaking, think of any plan in the first 3 seasons of the Vampire Diaries and understand why exactly it didn't work. And I'm very certain 90% of the reason is because of Elena Gilbert. And it's made worse by the fact that Elena is the only damsel in distress that I know that tries to control how help is given to her. Like, she has much control over that. Like, they will tell Elena, stay home. Elena, don't do something stupid. Elena, don't go to this place. Elena, don't do this. Why? Because you aren't that strong and you could get killed at any time. And she lacks zero critical thinking skills. Like, why the hell do you need to go to Damon alone in season 1 to go apologize to him? Like, just don't. Stay at home or bring Stefan if you're going to apologize to him. Damon is very volatile. Damon has and will kill people for less. Like, she just went there alone with no backup, no Stefan, nothing. She just went there alone just to apologize. And guess what? Damon just took her as a hostage, which kickstarted a whole series of events that led to Sheila dying. Yes, Bonnie's grandmother dying happened because Elena just has zero critical thinking skills and doesn't understand the situation that she's about to put herself in. Like, Damon hasn't been shown to consistently be obsessed with trying to break Catherine out of the tomb. And for some reason, you don't understand that you are the biggest bargaining chip in this situation. Like, this exact same incident didn't happen before. It has a precedent because Anna did the exact same thing. And this isn't even the only time. Like, she did the exact same thing in season 2 in the Masquerade episode when they were planning to take down Catherine. Like, they told her to stay at home. Yeah, she doesn't understand the plan, but she doesn't really need to because it involves taking down Catherine, who has explicitly shown her complete dislike to her. Like, Catherine hates her. She doesn't hide it. As far as the Salvatores know, Catherine would probably kill her if she gets the opportunity to. They told her to stay home. Did she do that? No, because she felt a little bit left out. And then she went. And what happened? She got kidnapped again, just like in season 1. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. When they don't include Elena in plans, or when Elena just doesn't get involved and they don't actually listen to her opinions, all of their plans go swimmingly. Remember, Stefan nearly beat Klaus in a strategic warfare the moment that he stopped caring about Elena's feelings. And when Damon started to get involved, Stefan explicitly tell him, don't bring Elena along, don't get Elena involved in any way. Like, all of their plans succeeded. Like, they were able to keep Klaus at bay. Klaus couldn't get the coffin from them, and they was able to actually unlock the coffin that had Esther Michelson in it. The only reason why they lost is because of Elena. Although yes, this wasn't completely Elena's fault, but she did have the chance to actually come clean to Elijah, and she decided to lie to an original vampire who can read her heartbeat. And she said that she doesn't want all of them to die, for example, Rebecca. And Esther wasn't cryptic of her information. Like, she explicitly stated, I'm going to kill all of them. If you don't want one of them to die, then why didn't you just tell Elijah? However, I do understand that this situation is kind of a lose-lose because either way, they probably would have had the exact same problems anyways. Now on to the second reason why I dislike a character, and it's probably the most cited reason as to which why a lot of people hate Elena's character, which is the fact that Elena is very self-centered. And I know a lot of her fans or a lot of people that try to defend her say that, well, Elena sacrifices herself a lot for her friends. And a lot of people don't understand this, but having a martyr complex and being self-centered aren't mutually exclusive. You can be both. Especially based on the fact that Elena has shown multiple times being very self-centered, way more than she has ever shown martyr complex. Like, Elena constantly contradicts herself to the point where she becomes a hypocrite. And this all stems from the fact that Elena genuinely can't keep the exact same standards she has for other people for herself. Like, Elena consistently does things that she condemns other people for even thinking about doing. An example of this is, like I said earlier on, Esther wanted to kill all of the originals in season 3. And Elena didn't think that all of them deserve to die. At least one of them deserved to live. And obviously Damon and Stefan didn't think so. They want to kill all of them. And Elena was mad at them for actually thinking of doing something that vile, or at least thinking of killing someone that she deems innocent. And guess what? Elena in the next season did something way worse, because she planned and executed a plan to kill Cole for the sole purpose of wiping out his entire sire line.
I want Jeremy to kill Cole. You want him to kill an original? Think about it. Cole's sire line must stretch to the moon by now. If Jeremy kills Cole, every vampire that he's ever turned, not to mention everyone that they've turned, will die. Which means the hunter's mark will be complete, and we'll have our key to finding the cure.
And wiping out Cole's entire sire line will subsequently kill off thousands, if not tens of thousands of vampires. Some of which are people that might be good people. Like, she doesn't know if they're good, she doesn't know if they're bad. Like, she killed all of them just because she wanted to use the cure on herself. Even though she consistently keep making it clear to Stefan that she isn't broken and she doesn't want to be fixed. So why are you still insisting on trying to get the cure? Like, a lot of people try to defend that action by saying that, oh, she just wanted to kill Cole because Cole was a threat to Jeremy. No, she just wanted his entire sire line to die. It just happened to be that, yes, it does kill two birds with one stone, because yes, Cole is standing in her way of getting the cure. If they stop searching for the cure, Cole will stop trying to harm Jeremy. And we know this because Cole explicitly said that in that very scene. And he even explicitly stated why he doesn't want him to wake Silas, because he has been warned by other people that Silas is going to cause way too much destruction. How exactly is Cole the one that cares more about the innocents than Elena Gilbert, who's supposed to be the good person? And that's not even all. Like, in the same season, season 4, she was mad to the point in which it got violent with Catherine because Catherine killed Jeremy, ignoring the fact that she's sleeping with, dating, and later on got married and had kids with Damon, who also killed Jeremy. In fact, Damon tried to kill Jeremy again in the following season. And speaking of Jeremy, remember when I said that Elena just doesn't like when people try to control her decision and actually tell her to do things that actually benefit her life? Yeah, she does the same thing that other people do to her, to Jeremy. And she's confused as to why, like, people like Bonnie are upset with her decision making. And people that try to defend her say that, oh, she was just trying to protect Jeremy. Why is Bonnie angry at that? Well, if she just suggested that Jeremy leaves or demanded that Jeremy leaves and Jeremy does leave, that's very different to outright having Damon to compel him. Like, you forcefully took the decisions away from Jeremy by outright altering his brain chemistry, and you're confused as to why Bonnie genuinely hates the plan. And not to mention, you didn't even tell her beforehand. You only told her after you already compelled him. Like, a lot of people try to defend this action by saying that, oh, she was just trying to protect Jeremy, and why is Bonnie mad at that? The exact same way how Elena views Jeremy is the exact same way how everyone else views Elena. Elena isn't strong. Elena is constantly in need of protection and supervision, just like how she is to Jeremy. And not to mention, Jeremy is physically stronger than her. So why exactly is Jeremy the one that is getting sent away but not Elena, even though Elena is in more of a threat than Jeremy is? As we've seen Elena be kidnapped multiple times. And that's not even all she did to Jeremy. In the exact same season, season 3, she told Jeremy that he needs to move on from Anna, who was a ghost at the time as she died earlier on. And she told Jeremy that he needs to move on from Anna because Anna is just a ghost and isn't real, and he needs to live his life. And she couldn't even take her own advice because in season 6, she started to do the exact same thing for Damon. Like, she started to take drugs to see a ghost of Damon that wasn't even a ghost of Damon. It was just a figment of her imagination. Like, it actually got to the point in where she actually became an addict, to the point that she tried to kill Luke when Luke stopped supplying her because it wasn't good for her health. And again, that's not all. Like, she cried in Stefan's arm telling him that she doesn't want to be a vampire. Then Stefan does what Stefan does and found a way to not make her a vampire anymore and actually turn her into a human. And she was mad at Stefan by saying that, oh, Stefan is just trying to fix her. Like, she was saying that, oh, she doesn't want to be fixed because she's not broken, even though she herself views herself as such. Because if she didn't, then she wouldn't be pursuing the cure, which led to the death of Cole, subsequently killing off thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that she has never met before in her life. And what I mean by Elena genuinely holds everyone else to completely different standards to herself, I am not exaggerating. Like, Elena was confused as to why anyone else would want to sleep with Rebecca because Rebecca tried to kill her. Not to mention that she did the exact same thing to Rebecca. Like, Rebecca didn't just randomly just wake up and say, I want to kill Elena today. She gave Rebecca reasons to want to do that. Like, why, Elena? Why exactly would Rebecca want to kill you? Is it because you manipulated her to try to kill her brother? Then you try to make her believe that you lot are actually becoming friends, and you actually start to see Rebecca's side of everything that Rebecca does, and Rebecca actually starts to open up to you, even to the point of actual tears, and then you proceed to still dagger her in the back. And then later on, when Rebecca actually does kill her at the end of season 3 to actually kill off Valoric, Rebecca actually has a good reason. The exact same way how Damon, Elena, and Stefan would do the exact same thing if the roles were reversed. And even after that, Rebecca was still the reason why she was even alive in season 4, because without Rebecca, she wouldn't have been able to actually complete her transition. And then later on in season 4, she was mad at Stefan for sleeping with Rebecca again, and I don't understand why, because again, it's Stefan. He can make his own decision. You're not his mom. You're not with him anymore. Like, move on. You already started to sleep with Damon. What else do you want him to do? Just stay single forever? Like, you're not best friends. You're sleeping with his brother. And her and Damon even made it like it's a big deal that Stefan was sleeping with Rebecca, and Stefan just decided to not be a psychopath and dagger Rebecca for no reason, for their plans to actually get the cure. Like, all of them there, including Elena, knows that Rebecca wants to be human, probably more than everyone there put together. Rebecca told Elena this when Elena actually daggered her in season 3. Rebecca wants to be a human. She wants to experience the things that she couldn't experience because vampirism was forced on her because of her father's pride. Just because Stephanie wants to dagger Rebecca because Stefan believed that Rebecca also deserved the cure just as much as Elena, if not more, because at a point in time they believed that there were actually multiple cures, does not mean that he's doing it out of spite. Stefan sleeping with Rebecca does not mean he's doing it out of spite. Just like what Damon told her in season 3, it probably has nothing to do with her. Like, she knows that Stefan had a history with Rebecca. They dated before. They used to love each other before. Like, why is it so hard to comprehend that they might want to be with each other again? Just because she doesn't like Rebecca doesn't mean that Stefan should lose the opportunity to actually be happy with her. Just like how both Caroline and Bonnie didn't like Damon, but it still didn't stop her from trying to be with Damon, eventually sleeping with Damon, dating Damon, marrying Damon, and having kids with Damon. And it wasn't just season 4 that she was trying to control Stefan's love life, even though she has outright dumped, crushed, and absolutely obliterated Stefan's heart just for Damon. Like, she went on to do the exact same thing in season 5. Like, when she found out that Stefan returned back to Ketia and was spending an enormous amount of time with Ketia, she just assumed that Stefan was sleeping with Ketia because of one message from her. And she ran to Ketia's cabin out of jealousy, even though she's with Damon, and she spent 3 months of summer sleeping, doing whatever, having a happy life with Damon while Stefan was dying at the bottom of a quarry. So yeah, I genuinely understand why a lot of people actually genuinely hate Elena's character, because me, myself, I also dislike Elena's character. I could genuinely turn this into a 30-minute video, but you kind of get the point. It's also hilarious that Nina Dobrev actually plays 2 characters that actually fall in complete opposite in terms of my opinions of them. Like, Catherine is possibly one of my favorite characters in the entire verse. Not even just in the Vampire Diaries, like the entire Vampire Diaries universe in general. And Elena is one of my least favorite characters. But yeah, anyways, let me think about Elena's character in the comments below. Do you hate her? Do you like her? Why do you hate her? Why do you like her character? And if you disagree or agree with my videos, or if you have further reasoning that I didn't actually point out. And as always, like and subscribe for more.